the Dodger panels are aligned, finally.
Oh yeah.
Now that they're all in place, if we bog them in and then glass the outside.
I made these cardboard templates and I'm gonna go see what it looks like. It looks already so much better than the fabric Dodger that we used to have. I really like it. I really, really like it. Today we are painting this thing. I've already mixed the paint and today is a perfect day for painting.
Well, the Dodger panels are aligned, finally. It's really difficult to get everything square when you don't have much of a reference, but I spent the morning kind of fiddling around and getting them all as square to itself as possible.
Oh yeah, it is exactly to within the millimeter, symmetrical.
So they're pretty much good to go, and now I've got a couple of spaces along the bottom that I need to fill in, and then we can bog them in place and then glass the exterior. I think the current plan is, now that they're all in place and perfect, if we bog them in and then glass the outside, then we can take off all the supports from the inside and then glass the inside after. And once all of that's in place, we'll set the top down. And if there's any gaps that we need to fill in, we'll just use foam and then glass the top in as well. As far as I can tell, it's pretty much perfectly centered and perfectly symmetrical, plus or minus a couple of millimeters. And it's angled ever so slightly forward, so rainwater should kind of wash more forward and less aft into the cockpit. It's looking really good. I'm almost done gluing the foam in and then we'll get to bogging.
Alright guys, today we are glassing this thing. Yesterday Dan finished bogging everything. It had time to kick because it's super sunny. And he also ground it down and sanded down the deck. And so today, we're just gonna glass the entire Dodger. The idea is that we're going to start by glassing in the joints and the edges. And then after that, we're going to put a layer of biax and then a layer of chop strand over the entire thing. This way it's encapsulated and it's basically waterproof and also stronger. So that's the idea. This is the last sunny day, so this is our last chance to get this done. So let's get to work.
Let's paint our first rodeo. I think I want to start on one side and do each panel kind of start to finish, because it's probably gonna kick before we're done if we do the whole thing. So we'll start on this side, and we'll tab in the bottom, and we'll tab in this corner, and then do the full sheet on top, peel ply it, and then move on to this side. Or do this side and then peel ply that, so we're kind of staggered. Because in the sun, it will go off faster, even though it's not very hot today. It's sunny, and that seems to have an effect on how fast it goes off. We'll each need both of us to put the big pieces in place, especially because it's windy. But then one of us can kind of be wetting out while one of us is tabbing the next piece, and then we'll both do peel ply.
Yeah. So we're starting with the port side.
Yeah, we'll start with the port side. It's in the shade, so it's going to take the longest to kick anyway.
Vertical maybe?
Oh yeah, let's do a vertical one in the middle. Nope. Too sharp. Well, we are done glassing. That was actually a relatively big project and it took quite a long time, but it looks really good. All the prep work went well. It's very symmetrical. It looks really, really good. And we didn't have any like resin kicking issues that caused trouble. So that's gonna cure now, and then we can slap a coat of primer on it to protect it from UV. And the next steps on that project are gonna be to like do the same thing on the inside and then put a top on it. So I'm glad it's like finally working out. It's gonna be so nice to be on watch in there. Oh, it's gonna be so nice.
Today we are painting this thing. I've already removed the peel ply, I scuff sanded the surfaces, removed any major bumps and all the extra threadings that could be left over from the peel ply, and I've wiped everything down with acetone. I've already mixed the paint, and today is a perfect day for painting. Look at that. It is painted. This makes me so happy, guys. It's gonna look so good, and it's going to make such a big difference in our lives just to have this Hot Dodger. There are obviously a lot of work that needs to be done before we can call this completed. The top isn't done yet, as you can tell, but also there's that area where the companionway opens and closes and where the turtle shell covers it. We're still gonna adjust that area just to make it aesthetically pleasing and make sure that everything blends in perfectly with the boat. But there is one more thing that I want to show you guys to give you a better idea of what exactly we're looking for here. So I'm going to let this dry tonight, and then tomorrow I have a surprise for you. So one thing that I did before I painted the Dodger was tracing where the windows are going to be, more or less, and then I made these cardboard templates and spray painted in black. So now that the Dodger is nice and dry, I'm going to take all of my mock-up windows and I'm gonna go see what it looks like. Oh wait, and I need my tape. Well, here you go. I think it looks so good. I needed to walk a little further just to get a better perspective from further away, but it looks really nice. I'm excited to get the rest of it done. The top, right now, I just put plastic on it because it's supposed to be raining. And since we haven't glassed or primed inside the Dodger yet, I want to make sure that it doesn't get soaked or filled with water. And after we're done with the top, we'll actually customize the windows, finalize the cuts, and then install them. So, yeah, this is it. It looks probably a little funky right now because, one, I don't think I tipped the windows straight, so they look a little crooked. But also with the boom on and then the mast on, it's gonna look even better. But yeah, it looks already so much better than the fabric Dodger that we used to have. I really like it. I really, really like it. We're already getting a glimpse of what it's gonna be like because it's raining right now. We're pretty. Oh wait.
The outside's glassed, and we still have to glass the inside. But this project, it's not taking more hours than we expected it to take, but it is taking longer because the weather this time of year is so fluctuates so much.
Yeah.
The weather fluctuates a lot.
It's so fluctuaty.
So fluctuaty.
It's like feng shui.
Fluctuate.
But it's looking good. I mean, to be perfectly honest, guys, I think any hard Dodger looks a little funky.
Unless it's like a pilot house designed from the beginning, you know, like a proper sort of expedition vessel.
Yeah.
But I think, if you take like the classic clean lines of these old production boats and then try to slap a hard Dodger on, we've never seen one where like, that's sexy. But
we're trying to make it as sexy as we can on this one.
yeah, this is definitely more of like a form follows function kind of thing, because what our goal is to have a nice protected space to hang out while we're offshore sailing. And
like here.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
It's going to work great. It's going to slowly start to look better and better, I think, once the windows get cut in, we fair it, we sand it, we paint it, the top gets put on, and everything sort of starts to like come together. Right now it just kind of looks like a big white box. But the one thing that we haven't really talked about yet is the one design decision that sort of changed our minds. Because we've thought about hard Dodgers since we got the boat. People have been asking us if we're ever going to build one or what we're going to build or how we're going to design one. Generally, like, we just had never seen something that the functionality increase of the hard Dodger was worth the aesthetic decrease. Does that make sense? You know, like the soft Dodgers look kind of classic, but then you start slapping on arches and solar panels and everything on the back, and it starts to look weird anyway.
I think what the catalyst of this project really was the fact that we hang out here 90% of the time when we're sailing.
Yeah.
And here is the most protected area. But the problem with the older Dodger that we had in the old situation, it ended here.
Because this is the main sheet Traveler, this blue line.
Yes, we had the Traveler here. It just didn't give us enough like comfortable space to be protected, and we ended up designing like a little wing that we could add on, but we had to remove it back and forth because that's where the Traveler was. So the main sheet was going back and forth. So a few decisions happened with having a hard Dodger.
Yeah, everything sort of snowballed, but the main decision was getting rid of the main sheet here and moving it forward of the Dodger. Which means we'll have to run all of our lines from the mast down to a winch that's going to be like here somewhere.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It adds more friction to the system. It adds a little bit of complication, but like it's fine. We can reef from underneath here. I think it's fine. It is what it is. But by getting rid of the main sheet, it means we could move this whole enclosed area aft a little bit more, which means I can now sit here and Kika can sit across from me, and we'll be able to have like an enclosure, like a fabric enclosure here. So that we'll be super duper protected, and we don't have to like move the enclosure back and forth every time we're jiving or tacking. And then the helm will also be moved back the width of us, this much, whatever that is, 40 centimeters or something. So the helm will still be outside, but in front of it we'll be able to have like a little table that will kind of fold out, and we'll be able to like sit here and like do work. We can like have the iPad out, we can eat, we can do a project, all while sitting here.
Oh, look, I can type on my laptop.
It also means we can fold that table down and we can stand up in here and still like grind and trim and do what we need to do with the winch.
Yeah.
So all of that made the whole Dodger a bit longer, which I think makes it look better. But then, yeah, we just have a really awesome place to be on watch that's always going to be protected. Because the problem with the other one is it wasn't closable. Like, we had those wings which kind of helped kind of keep you dry, but there's still a lot of air blowing around. And this is going to turn into one big greenhouse in the summer if we want, or in the winter if we wanted to. We can close it up and it's just going to like be warm in here just because of the sun.
Warm and dry. Because
Warm
the
and
reality
dry.
is, in long passages, we have the autopilot on or the wind vane on. And then we just hang out here. And if we can operate the winches here too, then that's just, we never really need to be exposed. And for those of you who want to say that you want to feel the wind on your face while you're sailing, you've obviously haven't been cruising for long enough.
Spent 4 weeks in the North Atlantic
Because,
Ocean.
well, it's fun for 1 or 2 days to feel the wind and feel the sun. It's not fun for 18 days across an ocean.
No.
So, like, protection for us is the number one key.
Yeah,
And
well,
warmth and
protection
comfort.
also goes hand in hand with staying well rested, because to us, like, the number one safety concern offshore is being tired,
Look who's up.
Why is it so bright?
Do you want me to turn off the sun?
which is why we have a wind vane, which is why we have autopilot, and it's why we do 6-hour watches. So we're really well rested, because when you're tired, you make stupid decisions. No single stupid decision is going to cause an accident, but like a series of stupid decisions can kill you. So to us, like, the number one thing is being well rested, and being well rested includes a warm, dry place to be on watch and to stay outside of the elements and outside of the wind, because it's all exhausting.
An hour ago, it was completely sunny.
Yeah, a lot to still get done. We covered the top with some plastic for now because it's just raining all the time. So at some point in the future, we will be able to glass the inside of this and
When
kind
it's
of
sunny again.
tie it all together and build the proper arch thing that's going to go over here, and build a top and prime it all, and then order our windows. And there's still a lot to do, but it's coming along, and it looks like everything's going to kind of fit and go together nicely. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited for this space. It's really nice to be able to sit out here and be dry right now.
Another decisions to why the hard Dodger is because if we have a hard roof, then we
Yeah.
can put solar panels all over this roof.
There's a good
And-
chance. Well, we're gonna get into our whole solar thing and soon, but there's a good chance that just the roof of this Dodger is gonna have 500 or 600 watts of solar on it. So yeah, a lot of cool little design decisions we've made that have all made this feel, to us at least, worth the trade-off, which is
A
having a.
lesser sexy
Yeah.
space.
But I think when it's done, I think it'll look pretty good.
I think
So,
once the solar panels are on and the
windows
boom
are
is
on.
on,
Yeah.
the mast, I think
Yeah.
the windows, I think it's gonna
Yeah.
all kind of
The helm is in
blend in
place.
together. Right now, it just looks like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
But it'll look like a full set of hands when we're done. The thumb they don't look so bad when you have all the fingers, right? You like my analogy there?
Sure.
That's part. Yeah,
That looks
looks weird, but that looks awesome.
All right.
We're probably going to take a pause on this one because we have
Yeah.
other things that we need to prioritize as well.
You know what I'm excited for?
What are you
To be
excited-
able to see out from in here.
Oh
Now
yeah,
I feel
we
like I'm
don't.
in like a doghouse. All right.
Well, all right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay tuned with the rest of this crazy project.
Eventually, we'll finish this Dodger.
Eventually, we'll finish, and then we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.